Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about Tartu nightlife and everything you can do in there. So, as previously mentioned in the last video, what would you describe Tartu like? How is the dynamic there?
So Tartu is basically small, quiet, peaceful, and really runs on students. It's basically a student city, and when students are not around, then Tartu is practically dead. But the winters are really cold and quiet, and some summers are really warm and beautiful and sunny. So I think to me that's the dynamics of Tartu.
And we're wearing hats because
Yeah.
it's really cold. So, where do you get your food? Are there any supermarkets, convenience stores around near your campus?
There are so many supermarkets, I think. There are about, I can't count, but there's Remy, Consume.
Basically, they're in every
Yeah,
corner.
they're in every corner. Maybe you walk 5 minutes, you see one or something like
And they're
that.
huge.
Mostly huge. And we have, I think, so far at the time of this shooting, we have like 4 shopping malls. Leona Keskus, Kalwamaya, Kwatal, Tasku. Yeah, 4. We have 4 shopping malls. Aiden.
Yeah,
So far.
there might be even more smaller ones that we don't really remember. Those are the most popular ones.
Yes. And from there you can get all your food, and you can also go out to eat in restaurants.
And also in those shopping malls, there are like activities. A lot of them have cinemas and all kinds of other things where you can play computer games and 3D games, and there's even an ice rink in Leonikeskus, I think. There's an ice rink there. So yeah, there's like really entertainment centers. There are a lot of events there also. What about the pricing of the food?
So personally, I think the pricing of the food is relative. For me, I think it's quite cheap because I normally try to compare prices with my local currency to see how expensive it is. But then it's not really a good habit, because if you do that, you might never buy anything. But it's not so expensive. I think it is okay.
But is it expensive compared to your local pricing?
Some things are, and others are basically the same. So I guess it depends on what you're looking at. But with fresh foods, here is more expensive. But with canned and stuff like that, here is cheaper.
But what about eating out? Are there any nice places you can go and eat? And what about the pricing there?
So eating out is like a raffle. I think there are some places that are really, really good, and others are not so good. But then the pricing is really good. I think is generous. You can, personally, again, it depends on your taste. But for me, I wouldn't spend more than 15 euros on one food. So it depends on your taste, but not more than 20. I don't think they price any dish more than 20 euros. So you're good.
20 euros is really expensive. So don't listen to her. Eating out is really expensive here. Most of the time, yeah, she's obviously rich. Yeah, there are a lot of really nice places, and a lot of them are located in the local malls. So when you go there, you have like a lot of choice of food, the different kinds of food: Indian, Chinese, Japanese, burgers. A lot of burgers.
Yeah,
a lot of burger places, McDonald's and stuff like that. So most of the separate places are located in the center or downtown, or how you call it, and most of the malls and everything is also located there. So So if you go to downtown, you have everything really near your reach, and most of the places are only for walking, so no cars. So it's a little bit. You should leave your car somewhere in downtown and then walk by foot, because you can't reach a lot of places by car that easily. There's a lot of traffic there, and the prices for parking vary and can be quite expensive. So better to leave it in a mall where you pay only the time you parked. Basically, you will get your car and you pay for the time. And also it's free on the weekends, I think. A lot of places there that are not malls. So, do you recommend any place? Have you eaten really nice things?
Yes, for me, I think my best restaurants, I have two favorite ones. I have Chi and then Tokumaru. Yes, so those are my two favorite joints. But occasionally I go for McDonald's, I know, and his burger. So yeah, it depends on you too.
For Estonians, the most popular are basic pub type places where they serve potato and stuff like that. And not the most popular places are probably not Asian food. They're popular, but probably not the most popular. The better ones are something where you can sit, listen to music, and just the whole interior location is really pretty. There are a lot of those located next to each other in downtown. They're like Big Ben, Ristiisa, it's like Godfather, and Bad Boys, Suudlevad tudengid. This is like really basic stuff that are most popular because of either the location that you can eat outside, or they're really big and stuff like that. The food's also nice in some of them. So, what do you do for fun here? Like, you have been living here for several years now. What have you discovered here in Tartu?
So in Tartu, if you want very loud events, you might not have them. Like many outdoor concerts, they happen once a while, but you can walk out if you enjoy peace and quiet and nature. Basically, you can just walk out, take a hike, ride a bike, also go to the movies, go to the pool, go to the spa. Sauna is a big thing here, so you can definitely go to the sauna. There are different types of sauna, especially in Vespa. They have a sauna world where you can explore all your sauna options. Also, you could go to the library to read if you like reading, and you can visit museums. There are quite a number of them. There are a lot of statues also, so if you just like watching statues,
sightseeing,
you can do that. And there are a lot of there are a lot of parks as well. I think Tartu is very big on green. So you can see a lot of green parks that you can go sit, take a picnic, stuff like that.
Yeah, so basically just eat out. There are a lot of places to eat.
Yeah.
I also want to mention meat markets. So, and the usual things, movies, cinemas. You mentioned spa.
Yeah.
Was it the first time you had a sauna experience?
Experience, yes. In my country, though, there are saunas. I have to say that. I'm not saying there are no saunas in Africa.
Really?
They are. It's just my first, but they are. But
why? Is it just the note? Is a sauna considered going outside? Or is it inside your house? Like, is the sauna called inside your house?
No, they're like saunas, like normal saunas, but no, it's not considered going inside or outside. It's just a sauna. But basically, it's just your classic sauna. Nothing really fancy. Maybe there are other fancy ones. I didn't really travel much or go out much at home. So here I can travel. It's cheaper, so I like it.
Okay, I would really like to hear more about saunas in Africa, but let's go on with our questions.
Yeah.
maybe we will talk about this in the later video if there are comments and someone who will actually want to hear more about it. So we talk about what you can do for fun. Maybe you can talk about what activities do we have here? Like, what activities have you visited, or events, or something like that?
Well, personally, I haven't visited any activities, mostly because I'm just lazy. But the city of Tartu, or maybe Estonians in general, are very big on health and well-being and all that healthy stuff. So there are a lot of marathons and cyclings, and they normally close a lot of roads because of that. Basically, every weekend they're having some running thing, and in the winter they have the skiing event or tournament. I don't know. It's just they just like to exercise, I guess.
There's actually this night run event, which is a concert, and it has like fireworks and fire in general. It's like a big party. People are going there, and it's like they play like some hip hop music, and everyone's like running around the town. They start in downtown and center and make up some kind of spin until they come back. Yeah, we're filming in a canteen here, so some people are coming in and out. Because there's not a lot to do in Tartu, then people kind of do running and sports and healthy lifestyle, and they think that's cool. You also mentioned before sometime that there are not enough international events in Tartu. Maybe you can talk about that?
So I think they still have this student network, Erasmus Student Network, ESN, I think. They host international students. I think 2 years ago, if I remember, in 2017, they had a pool party. They host some events, but it depends on who your friends are, I guess. If you're like me, most of your friends don't know either, so you just hang out together. And but basically, just there are so many international students that if you want to host yourself an international program, you can do it. So
So we don't have a lot of events here, but it could change. If anyone wants to organize an event with us, like international one, give us a call. So, but we discovered that Tartu is rather boring. But if you actually want to party, if you actually want to do something with your friends and stuff, like what can you do here?
In the night, you can only go to the clubs or the pubs, and I like to dance, really. I do like to dance, but I don't always like the clubs here. But you can go for free in one place. I don't know how many places it's free, but we'll check your ID. In more classy places, I would say, you have to pay, like Massicas, you have to pay, and some other ones.
€8.
Imagine that. But in some other places it's free, and there are some very renowned ones, and there are some not so famous ones as well. So it depends.
What places have you visited?
I hope nobody who knows my family is watching this. But I have been to Shooters a couple of times, and I have been to Massicas as well, and I have been to Muku.
Oh, Muku.
Yeah, and Nave also.
Naive,
yeah. And there was this new place they opened really recently at Rijkerplatz. I don't even remember the name, but I've been there. And it's on top of, is this new buildings at Rijkerplatz? There's R8, and then next to it, they have like a carpeted place.
Okay, I don't know that.
Yeah, it was free, so then we just went. And one time they had a nice DJ, and then the other time was just boring music. So it depends.
So there are actually quite a lot of nightclubs and places to go, and not only Shooters is free.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot more, but they closed down because there are less students now. But a few years ago, there were a lot of students, and especially in the nights on the streets, you could hear people playing guitar, singing, just sitting on the streets, even in winter, and just like talking and singing and making music and doing random stuff. But the whole street was like a party. There were a ton of students, and there were more nightclubs, and they were located farther away. But at this point, the most of them are really close by. They're in downtown, and not even 5 minutes walk from each other. I mean, think like a minute. They're basically staring in each other's windows or doors. You can walk on the other side of the street, and there will be a nightclub there. So basically, you can visit most of the places in one go.
Yeah.
Masikas is one of the oldest and most popular clubs, but it's up to 21. So a lot of the younger people don't go there, especially because it's considered rather expensive. Because it has a ticket and the drinks are not that cheap either. There's also what you mentioned, this Vabank, or did not? This is Vabank, and Shooters, they're all really close. Shooters is for younger people, from 16 years old maybe. There's like jailbaits all over the place, like really be careful there. And and next to Shooters is also Naive, I think.
Naive.
Yeah, this is also free. It's really crowded most of the time. It's more like a bar. It's more like you can hang there.
Yeah.
And there's no dancing there, I think.
There is a dancing place on top.
Oh, never been there. And also Level. This is also some kind of, I think it's free. And this place is open, I don't know, until 6 o'clock or something. Or even longer. It's open till morning. It's if you want to party and everything is closed, the Level is the last place you want to go to. It's a really small place, but there are also a lot of those kind of pub places. So if you're not into like club dancing, club music, the nightclub thing, then there are a lot of places that are basically a little like dumps. There's small dumps. They're a little bit better now, but years ago they literally had furniture from the. I think they did some dumpster diving or something. It was all broken, and the wallpapers were basically old newspapers. Everything was covered in dust, and this one place, I think it had like the toilet as a hole in the ground, really. And
it is not like that anymore, I think.
There are actually, those places are really popular in Estonia and in Tartu in general, because a lot of the people here are kind of like hippies and hipsters, and they don't really care about much about those things, so they just want to hang somewhere. And there's still places like that, and there are a lot of them. I think there's this Savod and Kiwi. Also go to Kiwi, or co-worker plays music there every Friday. And I don't remember the names of those other places. Whatever. So there are a lot of places to visit. Most of them are pretty crowded when you want to go on the weekend, but you can start your party on Wednesday or even Tuesday. Tuesday is a bit early. A lot of places are still closed, but on Wednesday the party starts for most students. They start to party on Tuesday, and a lot of students also visit this club called Illusion. Illusion is a little farther away from center. I think at this moment it's the farthest club from center that's still working. If you have any questions or any ideas for us that we should make videos about, please let us know in the comments. And next video we will talk more about the university and the university system. So for those who want to know more about the school and actual programs and how the teachers are and everything like that, then stay tuned for the next video. Bye.
Bye.